Oh, my name is Bob Steidel, and I'm the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for the City of Richmond, Virginia. And I get to work with the operations people for the city that run the Department of Public Works and the Department of Public Utilities, and our friends at Animal Care and Control. Thank you for letting me talk about books and reading. Reading is just a great way to escape. Reading is a great way to learn. Reading is something we do because we enjoy it. I love to read. We're standing in the middle of a very technical plant, and you have to love to read to be able to know how to run this thing. There's some great people that work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to make sure you have safe drinking water. But they had to learn how to do the work that they do here, whether they're a chemist, whether they're a mechanic, and they learn to do that by reading. And that's why it's so important that we love to read and that we take the time. And that's what's so hard nowadays, is to take the time to read. We're all so busy, and it just seems like there's something that has to be done every minute of every day. I want to talk a little bit about a book that I read, The Hunt for Red October. And I read that book on vacation. I read it on the beach because it's a great beach read. And it's one of those books that you can just read and read and read because you just want to know what's going to happen next. And besides being a thriller and besides being all kinds of technical stuff, and I love technical stuff, even my fiction when I read it, it was also a great story about a man who understood that the ship he was commanding was meant to end the world. And he was brave enough to say, no, that's not how we as a society or we as a world should behave. And he made a very brave decision in that book to take a weapon out of somebody's hands so that they couldn't hurt other people. And I thought that story and that commitment that he made to something he loves, because he's a ship captain and he loves to sail, but at the same time he understood what he was commanding to sail was something that was a terrible weapon. And that was a great story. There's a lot of great subplots in there too. There's lots of interesting discussions about tactics and how you want to outsmart somebody who's trying to do something wrong to you. And it's just a great beach read. It's one of those things that you can sit there and turn page after page after page, and then once you're good and sunburned and you've been out there way too long, then you can go inside and say, hey, that was a great book. And I do think just about anything you read by Tom Clancy, you're going to end it and say, hey, that was a great book. I just started a new series that he co-wrote with other authors, and I'm looking forward to reading that on my beach vacation, which I still have yet to take this year. Again, the whole idea behind why we read is because it's a great escape. We learn. We find ways that reading can... You're having a tough day, and it's just as easy to read and then go to someplace else than have to still work on your tough day. But hey, you get away for a while, and then you come back to reality. But reading is a great thing to transport you with.